Woohoo! Yeah, it's been a little bit since I've done a full tour of this grow tent. There are some changes, some new plants, some new stuff here and there, but yeah, no editing because tour videos are not going to have any kind of editing. Just no reason for it. And yeah, let's just get straight to it. Let's start off on this very corner here, which is my Nebularum by Clepiata. This plant I actually do like quite a bit. This is his newest picture. I zip tied that leaf because the old picture, that lid would open up sideways because the leaf would be covering it up. But here's a new leaf right here. Minor spotting. This plant tends to spot if it gets too much light, but I'll take that. That's all right. Already showing signs that's good a picture, which is great to see. Make sure I don't break that tendril. There we go. Whew. We have the Saint guy with a brand new picture that's popped right there. Saint guy took a little bit, but now it's coming back. We're good. And in front of it is the Ventrocosta Denver by Truncata C Clone A. That's his best picture so far. Give me a new one right there that should be open, I'd say about a week. And right beside it, the fogger, but is my Raja Botenuous. Here's its newest picture. It's doing all right. It's doing all right. Definitely did not like the excess light, but you know, it's doing something. Oh man, this is a plant. I don't think I've ever talked about this plant on video. So this is Truncata Rippled Leaf by, wait, is that it? I'm just making sure. Yeah, Truncata Rippled Leaf by Vichai Red Tiger. I got this from Dom in an auction about a month ago. It just popped its first picture for me, and it looks stunning. I've always liked Truncata Vichai hybrid, so I chose this one, especially with Red Tiger in there. Just unfurled its first leaf for me right here. It's a nice leaf jump. Really happy. We have Ventrocosta Tivii, which just popped a brand new picture. It's not as nice as the old one, which was right here. This picture did not last long at all. But to be fair, this picture was just opening whenever I repotted this plant, so this picture just did not last long. It's a shame, because that was actually a very nice picture. This one's all right. I mean, it's just opening, so give it some time to fully firm up. Should be all right. We have a Splendiana by Truncata Speckled. Lovely plant. It just popped open a brand new picture a couple weeks ago, and look at it, dude. Oh, man, this is a good plant. Very, very good plant. Right in front of it is the Ramispiana by Rinwartiana. This plant took forever to fully recover, and it's looking pretty dang good right now. Its first picture was kind of but newest one, yep, that's more like it. This plant didn't do squat for like 4 or 5 months, but we're good now. We have my smaller Glandulifera Vichai by Loya Vichai, Bashana Vichai, Maxima Vichai. Just popped open a brand new picture right here. This is actually a pretty good plant. I have a larger one, which I'll show you later on. He has the Spectabills Vichai. Oh man, it did not like being repotted. Its first picture after being repotted is garbage. Oh, that sucks. And this new leaf, I don't think that's gonna picture. So I gotta wait for this one, and hopefully that'll do. We have Utricularia Alpina, or Alpina, how you pronounce it. New random leaf right there. I think that's just like a whole new offshoot. I'm seeing a new leaf pop up down there as well. Now that I'm seeing it, no bloom spikes or anything like that, but that's fine. Give it some time. We had the Ventrocosta by Enormous Bongso Spatulata, which is newest picture right here. Working on a picture right here. And best news about it, a basal has started forming down there, which is fantastic. I'm so happy to see that. I cannot wait to see what lower pictures look like. Because I think this was a top cutting off of it. I mean, you can see the pictures have always been uppers. So I'm super excited to see what lower pictures look like. Right in front of it is this Drosera Benata. I think it's a multifida. I'm not entirely sure. Normally I grow this outside, but it's still winter. So when summer kicks in, I'll put it back outside. Right next to it is the Ventrocosta Simonensis by Ventrocosta by Loya Ventrocosta by Ventrocosta Simonensis by Ventrocosta Simonensis. Such a long, funny cross. It was having such bad problems with aphids, I believe. Aphids or thrips, something like that. And then its newest leaf was starting to show signs again. Not a good sight. But I gave another systemic treatment. This time with proper houseplant systemic. It's like a granules or whatever. Put it in there, watered it deeply, and see what happens. So far it's looking decent, but we'll see what happens once this leaf unfurls. I'm never gonna get that plant to picture. We have my Break Sienna. Yeah, that picture, wow, that didn't take long to fade. But we have a brand new picture right here. Plant's actually doing quite well. We have the Hamada by Maxima Vogelia, brand new picture right here. This plant pictures like crazy. It does so well for me. Hasn't gotten any larger though, and some of the old pictures are definitely starting to show their age, which is okay because these pictures last so long. We have the what I call the garbage sundews, just a bunch of spatulas. I just threw them all in this pot, and hopefully they can fill in. They're doing okay. Some are still recovering. I'm shocked, and all my sundews don't take long at all to recover, but, you know, is what it is. Of course, my OG butterworts, which is my primuliflores. These are temperate, but you can grow them as tropical. That's at least what I was told, but, I mean, they're looking good. Looking real good. Now we have the rest of my little pings. So I got a new one from my friend Noah, who goes by Eden Exotics. So I got a Morinensis from him, and I got this little mystery one from him. Not sure what this little guy is, but I like it. I mean, it's tiny. It's grown quite a bit already. I've only had it for about 2 weeks. And the Morinensis has given me a few leaves. Pings grow so fast. So the Purelette. I'm not sure why they're growing more like this. Normally the leaves are supposed to lay flat. They're supposed to lay like the Morinensis right there. But I don't know. The plant seems to be happy though. Then we got the Lawiana, which I do like my little Lawiana. Then Lawiana by Marginata, which actually has a bloom spike coming up. And I've actually seen the flowers on these guys. The flowers look great. Very excited for that. Speaking of excited, oh man, my Truncata Red by Jacquelinie from Red Leaf. Well, technically it's EP, so, but look at this. So this is the picture, my first picture on it. Check out this new one about to pop. I'm so excited for that. Oh man. And then we got the Glabrata Veitchii from BE. It's a relatively fast grower, but it's definitely slowed down a bit since I repotted it. In case you've missed it all, about a month and a half ago. Oh, let me focus. There you go. About a month and a half ago, I had to repot almost everything in here because I had pests, most likely thrips, aphids, and I think spider mites. No, scale. Sorry about that. A lot of pests came in at once, just ran a train through my plants. You can actually still see some signs of damages from them, like on my Splendion by Truncata. And you're about to see some plants that also had that damage, but they are recovered from it. But yeah, I had to repot a lot of these plants. After using a systemic that I dunked the plants in like an idiot. You're supposed to spray it. I just dunked them in there. But it worked. It definitely worked. But this whole place smelled horrible. I had my ventilation system constantly running. And yeah. So some of these plants have just been repotted. And this one included. This is my Ventricosa by Hamada. You can actually see some of the leaves that, oh, let me focus it. But you can actually see some of these leaves, how tiny and crinkled they were. You see the newest leaves are coming up and they're looking fantastic. I'm very happy to see that. This is my Maxima Wavy Leaf from BE. The newest picture on it kind of sucks. This was a upcoming picture whenever I repotted the plant. So it's working on a new leaf right here. So, you know, next picture should be fine. We have my Truncata, my Truncata Giant by Edward Sienna. This is my first picture after owning the plant right here. And it's working on a second one down there. And I'm super excited for this plant. This was my dream plant once I saw it in person at Red Leaf. And here's my other Glandulifera Veitchii Loa, Veitchii Bassiana, but Veitchii Maxima Veitchii. Sorry about the focusing thing going on. There's some mold on the peristome. I'm guessing because it's not getting proper airflow because the fan is just above it. It's not really getting anything there. So that's probably why it's a little bit moldy. But I'll clean that up. It looks great. There's a new picture coming up right there. We have the Spectabilis Cibutin by Truncata. Brand new picture that just opened right here. And there's a pretty good picture right there. That was the last one. Excited for this plant for the future. Seems to like where it's at. So now we have stuff, well, in this spot right here, we have this rescue purpurea I got from Lowe's like 2-3 months ago. And it's given me a few pictures so far. We have some plants I decided to pull out of dormancy early. These are some fresh divisions, like a Leo Wilkerson and Extreme Green. And then this was a typical flytrap I got from Carnivero a few months ago. I said, why not I just miss having fly traps growing, so I just pull out dormancy early, and it's doing pretty good. We have Drosera Brahmii, and then we have some more spatulatas. This is like my main batch of spatulatas, and man, there's just so many of them. And then right beside it is a main ventrata. Doing great. I mean, who cares? It's just ventrata. Another ventrata right here. My Miranda. Just opening up a fresh picture on this basil. And then the main plant just opened up this picture right here. Funny enough, the main plant's pictures are smaller than the basal pictures. And right behind it, this is Orbiculata but Tentaculata Green. Here's its only picture on it right now. These are definitely more on the these are definitely uppers. So they actually have to grab onto something. At least this particular plant has to grab onto something for them to actually picture. So, yeah. Sanguinea. Didn't like where it was at. It was at the very bottom. It was a little bit colder than the plant would like. So I moved it up here. Plant's a little bit stressed from it, but it's showing signs that it's liking its new spot. So, yay. And of course, my smaller Miranda. Again, I moved these up a little bit higher because it's a little bit warmer here. Yeah, it's just a little bit more intermediate over here. Well, the lower you get, the cooler it is. So these are the orchids I have. I have a Paphiopedilum. It's just getting ready to bloom. I have my Oncidium Twinkle with a bloom spike here. Phalaenopsis bloom spike right there. It's just stuff that people don't really ask or care about. It's fine. Let's sit down here. We have my Truncata EP. I love the leaf to picture ratio on this plant. Look at that. Just opened up its newest leaf. Should picture. Pretty excited for that. A lot of these plants used to be up here, but because it was a bit warmer, they did not like that, so I put them down here where it's a little bit colder. Robcanthlia tenuis. It definitely had some leaf burn, but this is the newest picture on it. The newest leaf kind of sucks. But the newest leaf right here, that's about to unfurl, looks pretty good so far. And of course we have Loea Vicia Baciana by Vicia Candy Dreams. I shredded that Parastone. This picture was just opening whenever I repotted it. And yeah, I destroyed it. That's such a shame, but this plant's gonna be beautiful. I finally spoiled myself recently on what this plant's gonna look like whenever it gets big, and it looks stunning. So this is a new picture coming up right here. And right behind it is a Ventricosa sibianensis by Flava EP. This is a stem cutting though. And about to give me his first leaf. This plant was quite slow to start off with. But I guess because of the temperatures, so now that it's a little bit cooler, it should hopefully do a little bit better. Of course, this little philodendron here. I thought it was an anthurium for some reason, but no, it's not. So another ventrata, who cares? We have my broadleaf capensis, my alba capensis, a spectabilis by Spatula spectabilis in the back. You can actually see some of these older leaves right here where they got crinkled up, and I mean they're dead now. You can see the new leaves looking way better. That systemic really worked. But shoot, that stench. Oh. Ventricosa, doing very well, it was doing good, but after repotting it, Ventricosa does not like to be repotted. Speaking of Ventricosa, I just realized, hold on, I completely missed one of them. Ventricosa Madhaas, how do you pronounce it? Working on a new picture right there. Ventricosa hates being repotted. The second you repot them, they drop all their pictures. It sucks. Anyway, We got Minima by Truncata Squat. Very excited for that. Its new sleep did suffer a little bit after being repotted, but looks like it's back on track. Then we got Singolana by Maxima Vogelii. That's its newest picture on it at the moment. Working on some more. This is a newer plant. It looks like junk right now. Not sure how I feel about it at the moment. It was labeled as a rooted cutting, and then it just did not have roots. So that definitely worried me a bit. But it seems to be a bit more snug in there, so it's fine. Maybe it was like a freshly rooted cutting. So its first leaf for me, doesn't look too great, but it's fine. But yeah, this is Eustacia by Tenuous. And this was just a really cool cross I saw off of not Eat Me. It's Nepenthes and I. Cool channel. He's a nice guy. But his looked amazing. I really liked his, so I decided to get one for myself. So yeah, this is the only mystery plant in my collection. Check it out. These pictures actually get very dark. This is the newest one. This picture's fresh. So just give it a few weeks and the pictures will get almost black. It's crazy. Like there were multiple times where I catch myself almost clipping them off because I thought that they were dying. We have Dentaflora by Ristolecioides. Oh man, what an upgrade after moving it down here. Instantly. It's actually starting to like me now. It's crazy. The sphagnum moss there, we'll get to that one in a bit. Make sure you don't see it too well. So this right here is my RE24, aka, oh gosh, I hate saying it. Loia Vicia Basciana by Vicia Maxima Vicia by Loia Vicia. Let me start that over. Loia Vicia Basciana by Vicia Maxima Vicia by Loia Vicia Basciana by Rebigiae. There you go. And it's probably one of my favorite plants in my collection. Stunning. Look at that. And then, its newest leaf. I gotta wait for another one. I honestly have no idea what happened there. So, yep. I gotta wait for a new leaf to come up. And here's a new Veitchii in my collection. This is Veitchii Barrio from Carnivero. Got this from Noah as well, from Eden Exotics. Super excited for that. It's tiny, but give it some time. We have Spatulata by Jacquelinier. Oh, man, the picture's dead. I completely forgot about that. Dang, this was a nice picture. That's fine. It'll make me more. It'll make new ones. We have the Cephalotus follicularis. I put it down here for some cooler temperatures. I've heard some people say that they prefer cooler temperatures, which is weird because they're from freaking Australia, but who knows? Right next to it, it's a shame this picture's starting to go, but, you know, when you first get into Nepenthes, you should expect pictures to go. It sucks, but that's just how it is. This is my lowland Veitchii, which, yes, I'm growing it in cooler conditions, but that's so I can have this leaf-to-picture ratio. The plant's going to grow a little bit slower, but I'm going to get better colors, and I'm not going to be dealing with these long, spindly leaves. I do not like these leaves. These leaves right here are so much better. My first leaf is right here. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but it's my first leaf. That's what you should expect. And I'm hoping to get a really nice picture coming out of that. Starting to work on a new leaf right there. So I'm excited for that. It's in a Greek Gods Greek yogurt container, which I think is pretty funny. I tried lifting it up and I broke it. It might need to be in a new pot at some point. But I decided to name this plant Zeus because it's in a Greek Gods yogurt container, which I thought was pretty funny. And my Helium-4 heterodoxal minor, I think I figured it out. It just much prefers cooler temperatures because you can see how crap it looks. I mean, good Lord. I mean, the insecticide soap definitely did not help, but it just didn't do anything up there. But now that I moved it a little bit lower, instantly, new picture is popping up. In fact, that picture just opened, and I just noticed right now there's a new one coming up right there. So I think I figured it out. It just needs cooler temperatures. Wow. Anyway, behind it is my, I'm so happy with this. It's my Veitchii MF, which is K1 by M3. I've seen some people have these guys at a larger size, and they look stunning. And I see this brand new picture that just popped open right there. and it looks amazing. I'm so happy with this so far. It's decently striped. I wish it had a little bit more, but I mean, the plant's still fairly small. I mean, it's gonna take some time. And then, of course, right next to it is our little beanie baby. Check him out. That's his newest picture right there. Its previous pictures that it's given me are starting to croak. Yet, why is this one still around? That was the newest picture when I first bought it. It's giving me these two. Yeah, that one's definitely fading. This one right here is still looking good. And, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a very, very good one. Give that one about, I say about 2-3 weeks maybe. And then that one, it'll open up. And yes, I'm sure you guys have seen this one. My first ever Darlingtonia. Got this from Little Carnivores. It's a little seed-grown plant. It was still actively growing, so I didn't want to throw it outside. So, yeah, it's just going to be growing in here. I might let this plant grow into Growtent during the growing season. And then once fall kicks around, I might throw these outside and just let them go dormant that way. Might. And of course, we have the sphagnum moss I've been growing in these containers because it just cannot grow on top of these pots. It just gets too dry in here. Even though I have a humidifier and the humidity is high, that doesn't really mean anything. So, yeah. That's what we got. And funny enough, the sphagnum moss I got from Dom is doing the best by far. It's so thick and lush. I love it. I thought about doing a dedicated video on sphagnum moss. Thought about it. So now we go up here, we have my Hispida Beck. I just clipped off all the pictures. Had a bit of an oopsie with this plant. It fell, and you can actually see the new leaf is like broken and bent like that. So not very good. And after dropping it, it fell out of its pot and lost all of its pictures. But I have a new one coming up right here. So it's not that big of a deal. I don't really care that much for this plant to begin with, so sure. Rebecca Soper had a pest problem, but the newest leaf looks a lot better. This new leaf is looking good. Starting to drop its pictures, which is fine, but the basals are looking great. Looking really good. And then my Viking by Ampullaria Red that I had to completely chop back into a stump is finally doing something. Thank goodness. And the cutting I made of it is also doing something, which is great. My one remaining Sanguineous stem cutting, yeah, that new leaf right there, that's gonna picture. So, woo! It only took 6 months. Probably longer than that. No, more like 8. Shoot. And then we have the rest of them, which are just a bunch of Ventrata basal cuttings. Some that are way more established, and some that are just starting to establish a bit. Back there is a stem cutting I got from Noah. It is a Berkii veitchii stem cutting. It was cheap, so why not? And yeah, that's it. That's literally it. I definitely have plans for the future with this Growtent, and I'm hoping I can add some more upgrades. But I have some life problems right now, and it might be a while before I do that. So what we got is what we got. The plants seem to be liking it. Letting the plants fully establish it, it's difficult. These plants take forever to establish it, but it's fine. It's fine. That's the compromise of growing these plants, I guess. These are not peace lilies or anything like that. So, yeah, that's about it. Appreciate you guys for sticking around, and see y'all later. Bye.